Hi Pen fans, this is Brian at edisonpen.com. I hope everybody's doing well. First of all, I hope that everybody had a great holiday. We had a fantastic holiday season. There's nothing like a 5-year-old at Christmas, and Andrew and I had a great time. I was able to get a much needed vacation in between Christmas and New Year's, so I'm all recharged, and that's part of what I wanted to address today. So hope everybody's holidays went well. As far as what I want to cover in this blog post, the Mina as a bulb filler. When I launched the pen, I didn't have any mention of this pen as a bulb filler. It was just a cartridge converter and an eyedropper. I didn't make an announcement at that point because I really wasn't positive if a bulb filler would work, because the walls of this pen are thinner than the others. So I do have the Mina as a bulb filler, with a caveat. This is an extended Mina bulb filler. I think you can see that it has a nice proportion to it. Just like the other bulb fillers, the ink capacity on this is going to be pretty big. About 2.5 milliliters is my guess on this one, maybe 3 milliliters. I'll get it measured, but it should be the same as the others. So this is a cappuccino flake, I think, acrylic, I believe is cappuccino flake. This is a hard rubber that has been rough sanded. This one is actually going off to Ernest Shin with Hakumen Urushi. This is going to get a pretty phenomenal Urushi treatment, so I'm very excited to see how this one will turn out. So the bottom line with Minas as bulb fillers, for now, I can do them as bulb fillers, but only with only with opaque ink windows. In other words, no ink windows or opaque materials. So the complication that I run into is that when I make a bulb filler such as this, obviously this is a wider barrel, this translucent piece is threaded and epoxied into the piece ahead of it. And in order for me to do that, it's permanently adhered into that. It's never going to remove. In order for me to do that, I need to have enough space to put some threads in there. And the bottom line is that when I look at a cross section, when I take one of these pens and cut it in half, there's really not much space in there. So at this point, the Mina will be a bulb filler, but no ink window, and the reason is that I just don't think I can make it with the ink window, and it's going to be reliable. It's not going to fall apart. It's so thin right there that I'm just not confident yet. So it doesn't mean that it can't happen, but at this point, it's not a big priority, and I also don't have high hopes. I really don't think it's going to happen. So I'll see what happens, but someday when I've got a break in my day, I'll probably prototype it, give it a try, put it through some tests, and see if it works. But for now, Mina with no ink windows. I also wanted to address something really fast. I've seen there's been some reaction to, some people have received their Minas. Some people have made comments that, hey, this really isn't as small as what I thought it would be. So I think that my first post that announced this pen, I may have misguided people. I was saying it's a shorter pen. Really, I think it's really, for the most part, a thinner pen. It's not necessarily a short pen, and I apologize because I think that I may have given a little bit of a misconception as to the overall shape and size. So, to give you an idea, this is a standard sized Mina, and I'm just going to go off length. This is a clipless pearl. I think you can see that the Mina is just a touch shorter, but not much. So it's not an incredibly short pen. And then the extended Mina, it's I believe, if I look at my scale, I believe it's 6 inches. So this is the extended Mina next to a Huron, about the same size, and next to a Herald, also just about the same size. So I wanted to address that quickly. I really felt like, the reaction that people were posting on the forums and on their blogs was that this pen really was, not quite as short as what I thought. So not so much short, think more thin and slim. Now, speaking of those blog posts, I'm going to link 2 that were done that have great comparison photos. There's pictures of the pens, both both the standard version and the extended version, next to Viscontis, next to Lamis, next to Pelicans, next to Bexleys. So if you want to see a good visual comparison of these pens next to other pens that you may own, I'm going to link those 2 blog posts. I think that they'll be beneficial. Now, lastly, I want to cover something I'm really, really excited. Next week is when I'm planning on launching an overlay pen. And I got to tell you, I have never been so excited to get a pen out to market. It's taken every every ounce of strength to not just launch the pen right now. But you know, it's still kind of being prototyped. I'm working with a taper on the finial that I'm not quite happy yet. Same thing with the blind cap. I'm not positive on the shape quite yet. So bear with me. The plan is I might give a little sneak peek this week. But next week, I'm probably going to set up a webcast, like an evening webcast, Wednesday night, and come in and I'll show the pen, I'll have some pictures, I'll have everything ready to go, and then Thursday morning would be the official launch. So like I said, I'm so excited about this. The overlays themselves were manufactured by a good friend of mine. The design was a collaboration between the both of us. So, sorry, that's my compressor just went off. There. So I can't tell you how excited I am about this pen. It's really going to be phenomenal. So tune in next week. I just want to give you a teaser. You'll see some photos here in the next, maybe this week, if not early next week, and then I'm planning for a webcast on Wednesday, so be sure to tune in, okay? Take care.